Alright, I'm back. Here is the unit set up. I don't know why that's blurry all of a sudden, but there it is, all set up. I just have it plugged into a little surge protector over here, so we'll go ahead and switch this sucker on. And then right there is the fill spout. If I take one of those out, you can see it's pumping out the water. So it'll give you 6 plants. I'm sure you could probably find a bin that's slightly bigger, that maybe is even a little bit wider than that heavy duty bin. But again, I don't know exactly how much weight you want to trust on this, especially if you're planning on using it for the flower phase. Because the plants I grow in these pots tend to pack on a little bit of weight. But these tanks are good enough to where I don't think it's really, or excuse me, the tubs are good enough to where I don't think you really have to worry about it too much. As you can see, the water level's rising. And it should go up to about 4 inches, which is right about that line you see on the, I forget what they call this kind of plastic. But it'll fill up and then it'll overflow right there. You can see the overflow valve. Everything's nice and compact. No room is wasted. This is a very good, efficient idea, I think, for a do-it-yourself, at-home flood and drain table. Now, we've only been talking about 2 minutes now, and as you can see, in about the last minute and a half, it has almost completely filled this basin. And pretty soon you will probably start hearing the water run down back into the reservoir. And just for information purposes, I did only fill this with 10 gallons of water. So as long as it overflows, it'll be a 10-gallon mix, which of course I recommend you change every 7 to 10 days. Preferably about 10 days, that way you can kind of stretch your newts, especially if you're trying to do this on a budget. As a lot of medical patients are trying to do this stuff on a budget, this really helps out a lot. And it tells you exactly where to get the stuff, how to put it together. I mean, it's relatively easy. It took me all of maybe about an hour to do everything, and I was kind of taking my time, screwing around, messing with my bird and stuff. But as you can see, it's now overflowing. It has hit its limit. So 10 gallons it is. Fills it almost perfectly right to the bottom of that line. I'm sure if you wanted to do a 15-gallon mix, that would probably be sufficient. But again, every day, every other day, I usually check my waters every other day, make sure they're topped off and pH'd up. pH is very important in hydroponics. 5.6 to 5.8 is optimal. Any more than 6, you got to take it down, otherwise the plants aren't going to be very happy with you. At least not what I grow anyway. And that's kind of just your own experiences. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And build your own.